Alright guys, welcome back to the Regal Gentleman YouTube channel at the Regal Gentleman Studio. Today we've got Tom in the chair. How are you, mate?
Very well, thank you.
You good?
Well, yeah.
Awesome. So what can I do for you today?
Well, basically, I haven't had a haircut in like over 4 months since Christmas, as you can tell. And yeah, I got like kind of, now I've got this length, to kind of keep some of that, this kind of off-centre parting, but just shape it up and, you know, bring it in, fade it in and give it some shape,
Cool.
Kind of like a, sort of like 90s inspired, I suppose, young Brad Pitt, that kind of thing.
I like it, nice, I like it. Not young Nick Carter, no? Backstreet Boy? Oh, come on. Don't make me name it on bloody camera. I think he's a Backstreet Boy, I think. Can you edit that way? Okay, yeah, that sounds cool. I think, well, I mean, you can already see the kind of shape we're looking for is this kind of thing here. The only thing that's ruining it is this. So imagine we tuck this right in, taper the neck in a bit tighter. I think scissor cut this on the back and sides. I think it'd be nice. And then we can obviously edge it up with the trimmers and whatnot and taper the neck in tight. But I think essentially you want to leave all of this longer layer coming over. You need it to be almost that rounded effect. So what essentially we'll do, I'll still horseshoe section it, all right, just to kind of take away the back and sides and take away the top, and leave the back and sides. But I'm going to take it fairly high. And then I'm going to just graduate it in like that and try and leave a lot of this length that's sitting on the top like that. It's very DiCaprio-esque.
Yeah, I've got that a lot recently.
I mean, with the mask on as well, you know what I mean? Yeah. A young DiCaprio, it's not a bad look, mate, I'm not going to lie, it's not a bad look.
I'll take it.
Yeah, I've been called a lot worse, I can assure you on that one. Okay, well what we'll do, we will gown you up and get you started. All right, buddy? Cool. So this is all washed and conditioned now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start my horseshoe section, okay? So just combing all the hair back, which will expose the hairline, like so. So what I'm going to do now is just create a horseshoe section, but I'm going to work it fairly high because I want to be able to layer the back and sides nice and heavy so I can get that really nice tapering and then the top layers just fall over. I don't want it to sit to like a bowl cut. I want it to sit top heavy, but I want it to sit kind of blended at the same time, okay? There we go, like that. There we go, like that. Flip that up out the way. There we go. Now, I'm going to tidy it up off the ears and clean it up on the neck. Is that okay, yeah?
Yeah, perfect.
Awesome, mate. So, I'm going to be doing this scissor over comb, okay? And then we will use a little bit of clipper over comb as we get round to the edges of the trimmer as well, okay? So, first of all, we're looking to leave a lot of this length through here because then that's going to fall in seamlessly, okay? So, start at the back, scissors in, clean section, and lift it right up and elevate and just taking a little bit off. Same again, lift it up, elevate and cut. Keep that elevation and then just work down, getting closer and closer into the neckline. Like that. There we go. So you see we're creating a very long, heavy layer. Same again. Clean section, up and elevation. There's the guide. Just take that off. Lift it up. Elevation, drop it down. There we go. As we get so the 4 or 5 sections in, we start pulling out towards us. The teeth of the comb start coming towards us as well. Like so. Then we start getting closer and closer and closer to the nape. The shorter we go, the further down we go, the shorter it gets. Now with Tom's neckline, I'm going to taper that nice and tight because as you can see it's very sparse. So the shorter we go, the better it'll look. Right up, elevation. There we go. There we go. And work out on the sideburns and around the ears with the trimmer. Once we've finished the scissor work. Same again this side now. Up, look over the guide from that side. And cut. Just working around the ear. Can I just swap masks for you if that's alright?
No, alright, hold it if you want.
Just want a little bit more give in the ear, see. There we go, if you can just put that one on for me. If you don't mind, thank you. Awesome. There we go. Perfect, thank you. Working on the sideburns now around the ears. Yeah. Blend them down using the trimmer. Should tie with the sideburns like so. Just working around the ear as well. Just tidying it up. Not going for a very large hoop around or anything, I'm looping it too much, just clean it up as it sits. Just looks nice and clean on the ear. And give it a little curls down the bottom as well. I'm just going over the comb like so, just to remove them curls. I'm just strengthening up the sideburns and the temple. You see I'm not cutting into anything too much, just a little baby hairs that haven't been cut for a while. Right, so I'm going to tape it in the neck now. I'm starting from the side I just left. Put my line in. I'm just working down the natural line just to try and strengthen it up. There we go. Put the lines in first. Move it up and off. Now we move on to the top. As you see, this will fall nice and heavy onto the sides. What we're going to do now is just take a section past the horseshoe, past where we created the horseshoe. I'm going to bring this down now. I'm going to connect it to this point here. So as I lift my finger up, there's a guide under here. That's where I'm working to. So as you can see, just pulling it from our scissor work, pulling it out, and I'm going to cut into it to remove the length. It's going to sit really, really heavy. But because we kept that length in it, it's going to all blend in nicely. Another section. I'm just going to slide into that as well, just to break it up. So the foot's nice and heavy, but connects a bit more. There we go. So again, just off the centre, like that. There's nothing to cut. So what we can do is just slide in at the corner, just to give it a bit of texture, like so. Here we go. You see, there we go, there's our guide underneath. I'm cutting that in. And there's my guide. So again, I'm just going to slide through this now. There we go. That's enough. So you need to do. Now what I'll do is I'll dry this off and you can see how it falls, alright? So best way to do this, when you're drying it off, is just dry it all the way back, okay? And it'll fall naturally then for you, okay? So just, I've got it on a medium speed and a high heat. Reason for that is when it's on too high of a speed, it's very hard to control the air, it just blasts it out. So if it's on a lower speed, but the heat setting's still high, it's much easier to control as well, as you see. Just sits the way you want it to then. And just finger drying it off like that. I'll just finish off with some cold air. So if you've got a cold setting or a little cold button, it's usually a little blue one or something with a little snowflake on it like that, right? Just finish it off, just to set it. There we go. Not much banging that, mate. How's that for you?
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah?
Very cool.
It's cool, isn't it? So, just to recap, Tom wanted a kind of like a 90s, you said young Brad Pitt, but it's definitely DiCaprio, right? Just that kind of, but that 90s kind of vibe, you know, the longer top, very round in shape, but then nice and neat on the edges. So what we did was, we done a very high horseshoe, just a little bit higher than normal, just over the round of the head. So I could then elevate with the scissor over comb to layer in the heavy layers that we need to be towards the temple and the crown, and then just cut them into a taper on the neck and into the sides as well. But I didn't go too short into the ear. I just tidied the side bins and just cut around the ear of what needed to be done. And then through the neckline, I went a bit tighter just to get rid of the sparser area, to make it look nice and tidy for him. And through the top, we brought a horizontal section down to just above the ear and used this section here that we cut with the scissors as my guide. Brought that down, connected it through, and then worked vertically through the corners just to break it up. A slide cut into the ends to just give it more of a shattered finish, so it's not too blunt all the way over. Here's a nice little finish. And that was pretty much it. It's a very, very simple haircut when you've got this shape already cut in. But essentially, if you were cutting it into this kind of length, you just keep working the same process all the way out vertically at the end as well. And that's how it would end up being like this. Yeah, that's it. Happy?
Very happy.
Sweet, man. Thank you very much.